And we did it wrong anyway. I'm your Dungeon Master, Andrew. I'm joined by, as always, by our fabulous cast.
I'm Mike, and I'm playing Talon.
I'm Rachel, and I'm playing Olive.
I'm Lucy, and I'm playing Ritalia.
I'm Will, and I'm playing Tez, bro.
And I just got a whole lot of easy Dispell stream in my ear. How's it going? I'm Dave.
And we want content.
Yeah, and I'm playing Guy.
Oh, welcome back. We're coming in fresh off of a kind of smaller party excursion as the group last week was split, escaping from the Canaan Citadel, a high security prison up in the mountains of the Dragon Spine. On their way out, as the mine collapsed, they were separated. We followed Talon, Olive, and Guy on their way through as they traveled from this prison to the nearby city of Lakeside. We're going to roll things back a little bit, as in the mine, I believe it was Tez and Ritalia, separated from the group, had to make their way out alone. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so if I ever get hung up on my own words, it's just my brain is not firing at 100%, and I am sorry. We'll get there eventually. The two of you, we'll fast forward through this a little bit and see which of you survive the somewhat treacherous journey. If there's anything your characters would like to talk about or address between the two of you, you're welcome to interrupt me. But on your way out of the mine, it takes you a while. You have to circle through these seemingly endless catacombs throughout almost the entirety of the night. By the time you break free, it is early morning. You stop to rest for a while. Still hearing kind of distant cries through the mountains, the flames that kind of tore through the citadel still being extinguished, and the surrounding area being combed for escapees. Luckily, the mine path that you took does not seem to be one that the guards are aware of, and you make it through resting without incident and through most of the day. I need perception checks from the two of you.
Got it. 18 for me.
18?
9.
9? You, Ritalia, you don't see this, but as you guys are following the riverbed, knowing that you are going to be meeting at the Dancing Dragon Inn, Ritalia, the meetup point that you'd set previously with Talon and Olive, Tez, you see carved into a tree, a short ways away from the riverbank, a triangle with an exclamation point carved into it, with a rough arrow pointed up ahead into the water.
Hold up. The broadcast has ended.
No, it's back on.
Still going on mine.
Oh, okay.
It did end for like a split second, but it's back.
Okay. It does look freshly carved, maybe the day before, just alerting you to something in the water.
I don't think that's natural, bro.
It doesn't seem to. Do we know what it looks like? Or is it just, sorry.
It is just a triangle with an exclamation point in it and a little arrow pointed off towards the water. With this, I won't...
Scant by chance?
It is not. It is just a sign that somebody made up to maybe... After a second of looking at it, I'm not going to require a roll for this, but looking at this sign seeming to mean to draw your attention and a little arrow, you look and you see the kind of hulking form of two giant hermit crabs kind of moving slowly through the water. The remnants of rags and clothes kind of blood-stained and strewn on the rocks next to the river make you realize that this was maybe a sign left for you specifically to warn you of the creatures in the water. You're able to circumvent the the rest of the day
I think
goes
we could ride
by
those. Do you think we could probably ride those downriver, right?
No, no, no. We should move on. No, this is not the time for. No,
Fine. Guy would have let me ride them.
he would. Yes, yes. I believe so, based on the minimal amount of time that I have interacted with him. I do believe that would be a grand old time for the two of you. Unfortunately, we have somewhere to be.
Yeah, all right.
The rest of the day goes by without event as well. Your camp at night. Through about halfway through the next day, moving at a brisk pace, a small plume of smoke kind of ahead of you, off of the road, a short ways, kind of in the path that you would be traveling, trying to avoid running into people, having, just escaped from prison, Tez. I just need to know if you kind of circumnavigate it, or if you go to the smoke.
We should at least see what it is, right?
Oh, okay. I do want to see what it is. I do.
Nice, safe distance.
Nice.
Just look.
Nice, safe. We can do this. We can stay
Okay.
PTF.
far
Give me
enough away.
Give me stealth checks.
Okay.
14.
14.
Okay, with the 14, let's see. The two figures at the camp don't seem to notice you. There is a somewhat handsome dragonborn man sitting. Next to him is a small bag and a smashed to pieces loot. And he's sitting across the fire, just kind of nodding soft words that you can't quite make out. A young elven woman who is wide-eyed, staring into the fire, holding onto a cup of something warm. She's wearing leather, not leather armor, but just like traveling leathers. She has a blanket over her shoulders, and she just looks stunned. As you kind of sneak a little bit closer, you hear, I mean, really, what did you expect? That you robbed me not 2 hours before. I can't say I'm going to miss your friends, but I'm happy to help you turn a new leaf, Amara. And she just kind of nods. That's what's going on. He kind of gives her a moment. She seems to be in shock from something.
I'll just look at Talia.
What? Shit, what do we do? Do we leave? It seems like something we should let. Should we let it? Does she seem to be in danger? No?
Oh, does she seem to be in danger?
Make an insight check.
And
14.
10 and 14. You're not sure. They seem to be having a pretty civil discussion. With a 14, it doesn't seem like the Dragonborn is threatening the young woman. He seems to be kind of like comforting, but it's like one of those, you had it coming, whatever happened to you. But
I mean,
let's
she's
get
got
you back
tea.
on your feet.
She's probably fine.
Yeah, she's probably fine. All right. Yeah. We should go. We should try. We should go.
How big is the bag that he's got sitting next to him?
It's small. It's maybe like this big. It's just a tiny. Looks like it might hold a couple travel rations and like a gold coin or two.
I don't know why she would have robbed him anyway. Doesn't look like he's got shit.
No, you're right. I wonder why she did that, though. Well, okay, let's get out of here.
After you.
I sneak away.
Okay. They rolled a natural 1 on perception. They're very distracted. You make your way the rest of the day, a little bit into the night before you camp. You rest. Everything's fine. The next day, when you wake up and progress, you're maybe halfway into the morning when you notice a clearing that is full of corpses.
Oh.
There's, I believe, 7 bodies in different arrays. That looks like there was a battle here. There's an overweight halfling that has been bludgeoned across the back of his head, strewn across the grass. A man was cut in half. People are riddled with arrow holes, but the arrows are gone. Some seem to have been cooked by lightning.
Oh. What do you think went through here?
You can
I'll
give it an
start
insight
with-
check if you'd like,
Yes.
or investigation.
16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Investigate.
This is probably your friends. Almost like with a dirty 20 on investigation. It's the same lightning you saw Talon use in the prison break. The prison break. The holy energy, like burns from holy energy on some of the bodies. Like this is your guy, and the bludgeon to the back of the head kind of guy. That looks like guy's handiwork for sure.
Vanessa never really his strong suit. I'll riddle through the just belongings and see if they got anything left.
Yeah, most of the goods and things seem to have been picked through already. They have a couple short swords and things, but nothing really.
No, they
of
don't.
value. Oh no, they don't. That's right. Anything of value has been stripped and shoved into the garbage bag of holding.
So ready. What are you
Looks like
what are you even like doing traveling with these folks?
I just fiddle with the ring on my hand, and I'm like, it just happened so fast, and now I'm an outcast from my. It doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
Right, bro. No problem. No problem.
Okay. Progressing through. It's on this night. This will be the final night you have to make camp before reaching the town. You'll probably make it there mid-morning to noon the next day. Ratalia, on your watch, you finally feel safe enough to pull out that little black book that you pulled from the secret drawer. It's in code, but it is a code you're familiar with. There's not anything pertinent that you would really be able to use. It's a lot of movements of high rank, like notable individuals that you would be aware of, but not anything like directly pertaining to what you're doing.
Okay.
And again, just to clarify, you have no idea that everybody saw you take that book.
Okay.
Just to make sure that one's rehashed. Nothing really of note happens through the evening. Whatever dreams or conversations the two of you have are your own. If there's anything you'd like to share, feel free. But otherwise, morning will come. It is on your journey into Lakeside the next day, circumventing the giant lake here in the center of the continent of Nalbrand. The Empire of Nalbrand. My apologies. You see the city over, this last ridge that as you crest it, a small grouping of people in what is clearly a funeral. Just kind of outside the low stone walls of the city. To be clear, this isn't a small hamlet, nor is it a sprawling metropolis. It's a better to do. It's one of the larger cities there are in Nalbrand due to travel and trade, but it has a very small, permanent population. A couple hundred people. Everything else is merchant camps, and there's a small harbor for fishing on the lake. It is a city that is, because of its positioning in the recent years, has grown beyond what it was ever intended to be. And you can see this in the small cluster of permanent buildings surrounded by, like, not tent cities, that implies, like, decrepitness, I feel, but, like, merchant tents. It's this sprawling bazaar kind of ringing around the outer wall. And it is past this that there is the small funeral taking place. As you approach the city, we roll back over to the three that had made it the night before, staying at the Dancing Dragon Inn. The three of you would probably be sitting at breakfast at the inn. They don't have a full bar. Or I apologize. You had gone to the tavern, the Emerald Gates Tavern.
Yes.
Correct. My bad. So they do have a full bar, and very little food. So we're swapping what I was saying. At the Emerald Gates Tavern, you'd probably be finishing up breakfast at this point.
Well, how'd you sleep, guy?
Yeah, dude. Not bad. Better than a jail cell.
That's fair. I bet you haven't really seen a nice bed in a while.
Well, I mean, we weren't in there that long. I mean, I don't know. You're talking, but I can't. I can see your lips moving, but I don't.
Actually muted.
Can we keep our voices down about the location we were just at?
At the prison? Yeah, it's fine. Look, there's nobody here.
I'm gonna
The-
look
Except
around.
the
The
boss
4 or 5
and
people
the-
that are kind of spread through all kind of look at you, but put their heads down. And the bartender behind the tavern just shakes his head or like behind the bar, and just kind of starts busying himself about behind the counter.
Ah, that's fine, dude. All right.
And she's just gonna like glare in the most authoritative way possible.
Dude, okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna start doing just a lo-fi beat.
Okay.
Sure hope they get here soon.
Rocket back outside the city as you guys are making your way through. Do you just head straight to the Emerald Gates Tavern, or?
Well, we don't. That wasn't the meeting point, was it?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then my other question is the funeral. Does it look like it would be an important event, or it just kind of somebody died?
Somebody died. There's probably 20 people there, so kind like a big funeral for an unimportant person, right? Like,
Okay.
It's not like everybody in town is showing up to pay their respects, but big family, a lot of friends.
Bum deal that somebody bit it, huh?
They
Well, I think
really,
it's a bum deal.
it's always a sad day. Should we go through or around?
I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna stop us if we just head straight there, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Moving through, that's like I mentioned, there's a ton of travel that comes through Lakeside, and so there's not a really heavy guard presence. Any guards that there would kind of be patrolling through the town or at like an actual post, which you're able to avoid relatively easily if you're trying to, before you make it to the Emerald Gates Tavern. Opening the door, you see your recently separated companions all finishing up this conversation that we just cut from.
Wow, nice digs for straight out of a prison break, huh?
Oh shit, Tez, sup, dude?
What's up, bro?
Hey, did you by chance grab your bag? Cause I grabbed the wrong bag.
I think I haven't looked in it, but I'll check my bag and open it up.
Yeah, you have your own bag. That's all your equipment.
Yeah, man. All my stuff's
right.
here. Start pulling stuff out and put it back.
Do you think I could? Do you have any coin so I could go get some? Kind of looks over at everybody. Herbal tea.
Herbal tea? When the fuck you start drinking herbal tea?
Yeah. It's not actually herbal tea.
Oh, yeah, bro. And I'll slide. I have 5 gold. I'll slide him 2 of it.
The bartender sees all of this going down, looks to the people at each table, and he reaches underneath and pulls out several bottles, and begins walking to each table and putting in a full bottle of whatever it is he's grabbed at each of the tables. Whispers something to them before going to the front door and like on it.
And whatting on it?
Yeah,
you
what
like glitched out for a second.
real hard.
Dropping. He goes to the door and drops the locking bar, like the cross beam that would drop in front of it. And he kind of sighs and he turns around and goes, "You lot are not very subtle, like whatsoever. You're lucky the boys in here are the ones that'll work for me. Keep an eye on things with how much trouble's been." And he walks over and he pulls a chair from one of the nearby tables and like sits across. "Are you trying to get in trouble with the watch? Are you trying to get me in trouble with the law?"
No, I'm sorry. They're not as familiar with the cities as some of us.
They're a little lost.
I should say so, but I suppose... Caleb, you can come out now. And he knocks at, like, he kicks at the floorboards, and in the back corner you see one of the chairs like kind of shifts as a panel lifts, and you see Kale Blackthorn, one of the individuals who had escaped, kind of helped and then escaped due to your efforts. Yes. "I could have sworn I told you to meet me at the Dancing Dragon."
This was where we had set up our meeting place for each other first.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? I told you to go to the other place because I didn't want to bring you right into the thick of things. Farron, I can vouch for him. These are the ones that got me free. He looks, he goes, "No shit. They've been here just talking about breaking out of prison in the middle of a fucking town. Do you know if they had met you where you told them to meet you, they'd be in irons by now. All in 10 minutes for the 2 of you." And he then like reaches forward and puts his hand on the 5 gold coins that are there, and he goes, "Herbal tea, was it?"
Yeah, bro. But like, that's a lot of money.
He starts pulling it towards him. Do you go to try to take any back?
No.
He goes, "My lads will get you taken care of. Give him a few minutes." And he nods to one of them that's sitting at the table, who goes over to the hatch that Kale came out of. He goes down. You hear some boxes rummaging around. "I'm going to open the door and resume normal business. I'm going to suggest that you two specifically," and he looks at the 2 turtles, "maybe keep your mouths shut about having escaped from prison.
I didn't.
Give things at least a few days to die down."
I mean, to be fair, I never said I escaped prison. I just was in prison.
Right, in the fact that one of them just had a break. The only reason that you're probably fine by now is I don't think word has quite made it yet. You ought to make good time. And the only reason I know is because you helped my friend here. As far as I'm concerned, that makes us friends, but this bit of advice makes us square as well. Clear?
Crystal.
Crystal clear.
You're welcome to keep buying the room upstairs, but let's maybe keep trouble out of here. He walks over and he unbolts the door and goes back to his spot behind the bar and begins pretending to clean.
Kale, is there somewhere more private we can speak?
I think here is probably good enough for now. Let's establish some better terms. Just be a little vague, the exact details, before we let you downstairs.
So what exactly is it that you do?
I mean, your friend here, and he points at Guy, already kind of hit it on the nose. We move contraband and goods. That's lots of merchants coming through, and the big ones, they get searched, taxed. We keep the goods that maybe the government doesn't want to see out of their line of sight, as it were. Good move with the mines. We're going to be able to use those if they're not entirely shut down after your stunts.
May have been a few cave-ins, but do as you will.
I mean, big old network, underground caverns. It's good for people in my kind of business. Tell you what, I'm going to go check on something. You lot catch up. It's been a little bit. I may have some work for you if you're interested. But for now, enjoy some drinks. It's a little early in the morning, but nobody here is going to judge you. And I'll be in touch soon. And he stands back up from the table and begins to walk away.
Well, it looks like the two of you made it here safely.
We did.
Did you run into any trouble?
Luckily, no. We saw a sign. Did you leave a sign near some hermit crabs?
Yes, trying to warn you away from them.
It worked. Barely.
Kinda, yeah.
Run into
Did
anybody
you-
along the way?
We saw a lady getting scolded by a man she tried to rob.
Did he have a loot?
A broken one, yes.
And
Judges-
she was an elven woman?
Yeah, I don't remember, but yes.
Can't believe Edmund brought her in.
Guess repaying the kindness.
Oh, so you knew what was going on there. We decided it would be best to not get involved.
We ran into him along the road and helped him out a little bit after he'd been robbed, and then we took care of the bandits.
Oh, was
Was that like the
Oh.
like all the bodies and stuff?
Yes, the nope, not that.
No.
Let's just say
That was-
they were taking care
God.
of.
The bartender lays over. He goes, if you killed bandits on the road, that's actually a good thing. Hey, you can get gold from the local constable for that. They pay bounties on brigands, bandits.
Really? How
Right.
do you prove that to them? What do they look
Ears usually.
for? No, that
I mean,
makes
I got these, and I pull out like just fucking terribly maintained weapons. Like I got those off them.
Let's
Tell you what, do you know the general location that was?
Yes.
No.
about a day and a half travel back?
In
a clearing?
We'll talk about this later. If you can pin it on a map for me, for, I don't know, 50%, I'll send one of my boys to collect the ears.
Fair.
Still.
Yes.
We'll talk about it later. Back as it.
I go over and I order. Do you have any milk?
Non-alcoholic milk. Milk?
Yes, milk.
I might have something back there. Give me just a minute. And he kind of stops leaning on the counter, goes into the back room. You hear some glass kind of shifting around, things being moved, and he comes out with a glass bottle. I think that's milk, and he puts it in front of you. Can't guarantee how good it is.
Think
Well,
that's
I-
milk.
The bottle's cold, at the very least.
I put a silver on the table.
Will you be needing change?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And he tallies up in his head, and he goes and hands you 2 coppers.
Thank you. Appreciate doing business with you, and thank you for.
Not nearly as
Allowing
much as
us.
I do.
We'll get it. We'll get it. And just drink my milk and walk away.
Oh no.
What
Okay,
Natalia comes back.
You know how we do boot checks? Roll a d100 for me.
Milk check.
Milk check.
Oh, I don't know how to. Okay, I roll a d10. Or wait, I have a.
Roll 2d10, choose which one's gonna be your 10 slot.
That's a 10. And then, I don't have it. Okay, we'll just roll 2d. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can roll it.
Oh, d100. Okay,
Yeah.
19.
19.
Oh,
You'd go to take a sip. Luckily, you don't. Nothing comes out of the bottle.
Oh god.
And you look into it, and it is. It kind of jiggles a little bit, but the top has like pulled into a convex, like blackened shape.
Blackened.
Yeah.
Like the chicken.
moldy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just take a deep breath and then just put it back on the counter, nod, and and sit down.
Cool. And if you guys just want to talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Yeah.
Do I notice this interaction?
Oh yeah, this is pretty blatant.
Okay.
Yes.
Natalia, what was in that?
I am unsure at this moment in time. It was black and moved like jelly. It was not milk.
That's not right.
No.
Don't worry, we'll get you something.
Okay.
Do you not drink?
I'm fine. No, I don't drink.
Fair enough.
What have you guys been doing since you've gotten here? How long ago did you get here?
We just got in last night.
Well-
Tez, guy tells us you guys have been together for a bit, and you might have saved his life.
Been hanging out for a while, bro. Saved his life? I don't know about all that, but yeah, we're pretty
Right.
good pals.
when did I say that? I don't remember saying that.
Oh, I mean, like he took you in when you were down, helped you out a little bit. Sorry, dramatics.
Yeah.
But-
All right, I guess.
I don't know about all the taking him in and saving his life and shit, but like, yeah, we're good buds, right? And I'll hold
Yeah,
out
good.
a claw for.
Well,
How
what
about
is
y'all?
the-
Like, what's your story?
Oh well, I mean, Olive and I met about a year ago. Just happened to be on the same boat one day and met
Found
up.
love, huh?
Had a lot of adventures. Experiences
sick.
bring you closer together.
And
Like-
I mean,
Wait, dude.
Like going forward though, like, I guess, like, why are we all in the jail?
We were looking for someone very close to me.
Oh. Oh, right. I think I remember that. Who?
Maybe not here.
Yeah, all right.
One of the guys from the tower kind of comes back up the stairs and walks over and checks to make sure nobody new has entered. Yes. To you, guy. All right. You want a lot or you want a little? Both are going to be 5 gold worth.
5 gold worth. Shit, dude. Well, then a lot, I guess.
All right, a lot. And he pulls out. It's a bag of. It looks like blue sand, and he drops it, and it's a pretty good sized pouch. Yeah, and he nods at you, and then just walks away.
This isn't.
Is it the herbal tea you ordered?
It's definitely not tea, but I don't know. Shit, maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. I'm not sure how you eat sand though.
Here.
What
Pass
were
it my
you
way. Let me try.
expecting?
All right.
What
I'll
were you
like open the
expecting?
bag and just like. take
Oh
a big-
no.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
19. It hits you. You have advantage on perception, athletics, and acrobatics for the next 8 hours.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like pull it down and just like it's all pupil. Bruh.
Every time seems to slow down around you. You all watch. Yeah, his pupils dilate incredibly wide. The veins on his arms like begin to like stand out, and just every muscle on Tez begins to just like tighten, like you are a drawn bow.
That's some good tea, bro. And I'll hand it back, and then I'll just like stand up from the table real slowly. I'm gonna go throw a horse, and I just like walk out of the tavern real quick.
Did he just say he's gonna throw a horse?
That would be suspicious.
Let's go follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
want to see him throw a horse too. Let's go.
Okay, people are following Tez. Tez, where do you go? You pop out onto you're not on the main street, but you are on one of the larger city streets. What are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm gonna find a horse, man. I feel like
Okay.
I can throw a horse.
I'm gonna leave a piece of gold on the table, and as we leave, so
Okay,
You said
The
advantage
bartender-
on what?
nods at you. Perception, athletics, and acrobatics.
As we head out, I'm gonna lean over to Talon and say, I know these idiots are not going to do well with us, but we can't leave them out of our sight until we have at least gotten far enough away for suspicion to not be held around us.
yeah, I agree. We might need to tell him what's going on. Maybe that cools him off.
Maybe something. Not all the details. We'll be vague. Not sure they could handle everything.
That's very true.
So we follow Tez.
All right. Tez has made it way farther than you think he probably should have in the amount of time since you left.
He's
He's
just on a
doing
dead
that like the mall walker, like power walking thing, dry all arms and hips. Are you just looking for a horse to throw, or just are you just trying to burn off energy?
I'm trying to get rid of this high, basically, is what I'm trying to do. So
Okay.
If I find a horse first, great. Maybe I get distracted and start parkouring buildings.
Okay.
I'm worried about him. I try to catch up and tap him and give him guidance because
I rolled an insight for all of the nearby horses, and they are like keeping away from you as best they can, like doing the whole like kind of trotting to the side if you walk up, and we'll say you keep.
I can smell the high.
Yeah, they're like, this guy's on a mission.
Bro, no, hey, no, and I'll just like maul at the horse.
Okay, you're all watching this happening. I need. Fuck, we're gonna go. This is gonna be opposed athletics for you to try to catch the nearest horse that is tied off. So he has disadvantage. You have advantage on athletics right now.
A 14 and a 1.
He got a 3, so it comes out to, yeah, you win. So you're able to catch on to him. You got him by the halter. Are you going to try to like untie and just throw the horse?
No, I'm just gonna like try and like lift the horse like midsection.
Okay. What is your strength score?
8.
8. So you can't.
How the fuck am I stronger than you?
You're all watching as Tez goes and just like gets that you have perfect form though. Underneath the horse kind of goes wild-eyed as you just start straining, and the horse begins to calm as you're like just kind of gently massaging its belly from its perspective. But you're all just trying to lift as hard as you can. It's at this point to the rest of you coming from inside. I like how the music got really intense for
The horse
during the horse lifting. So Tez is here straining, trying to pick up the horse. When a young woman approaches from the side, and she looks up and down, and she's wearing a black dress, and she's a young human woman, maybe in her mid-20s, and she tries to catch one of your eye. 3, 4. Guy, she tries to catch your eye. And as you're watching all this go down, you see, and she's just kind of like gesturing at you to this alley that she's walked out of.
All right. I'm just gonna start walking over there.
Do I see Guy leaving the area?
Yep, that's
Okay.
And seeing him leaving, you see what he's walking towards. There's a young woman who just looks very nervous.
Okay, I'm gonna look to Olive and just say, "You want to watch
I'll
him
take
while I
him.
go?"
Mhm.
And I'll just follow Guy.
Oh, okay.
Ratalia, go with them.
okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
You approach this woman, and she looks. She's. I'm so sorry to bother you. You're from out of town, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. This is difficult for me. The night before last, my husband was murdered. And
Oh, shit. Sorry.
you all seem traveled. And she looks over your shoulder as Ratalia and Talon are approaching. And I'm sorry, I don't know how one goes about hiring adventurers, which it seems like that's what you are. But I don't know that I can trust anyone in the city, and I don't feel as though the guard has been taking it seriously. They say it was natural causes, but he was young, he was healthy, and he wouldn't have just died like that. I don't know what to do.
What do you mean, just die like that? Like, he just up in one day, he was just donezo, or like?
Yeah, he's works at the stable, one of the stables, and he was just reshoeing one of the horses, and one of his assistants said that he just keeled over and died. He looked normal when I was brought to him, but at the time they said that the guards have said that I'm looking for a reason, and I could be, but they said that his eyes went black, that the veins bulged from his skin, and he fell to the side.
Everybody
I'm sorry, I
deserves an
shouldn't have
answer.
bothered you, and I'm
Wait.
sorry.
Wait. Everyone deserves an answer.
Yes.
Do you know anybody that maybe had a bad deal with him?
No one. He had a reputation for being the most honest in town. And
Did he maybe see something he wasn't supposed to?
it's possible, but I suppose he has seemed unwell over the last few days, but there's been a bug going around. I just assumed it was that.
Has anyone else died of this?
I don't know if anyone else has died in this way. If they have, it's been quiet, but there have been several funerals over the last week. The church said that there's some new plague or sickness going around, and there's nothing to fear. They have potions that help. That, if anyone's feeling unwell, they're welcome to. Praise the Empire. Praise for light. I don't know, my husband, he didn't go to them. He said he felt fine. He was just a little unwell. I don't know. It's probably nothing. And this is also, I'm sorry, I saw you two, and she looks over and sees Tez still trying to lift the horse. When I saw them crossing over the ridge, I thought if there's anybody that couldn't have been involved, it's people that weren't here. And you seem capable, and I'm sorry, I don't have much more to go on. I'm grasping here. And I could pay you with whatever I can. It'd be a small amount, but whatever you ask for, if I can, I will do it. I will provide it.
I don't know how long we're going to be in town, but we'll do what we can to see if we can figure out the cause of this.
Please do. Thank you. And I live, and she gives you directions to a house in town. You welcome to call on me. I work as a seamstress, and she looks Guy up and down. She goes, I'd be happy to tailor new clothes for you.
Shit, yeah, dude.
And for your brother over there.
He's not my brother.
Oh, I apologize. You two just look so similar. Is that offensive? I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just we don't look anything alike. Like we're not brothers. Thank you though. Appreciate the compliment. He's very handsome.
Sure. I'll let you get back to... It was my husband's position, but there are much more effective ways to move a horse. Even I know that. Is your friend okay?
He'll be fine.
He lost a bet. It's all right.
Okay.
Can we get your name?
Lyriel Frostwind.
Thank you, Miss Frostwind. Mrs. Frostwind.
Ms. now, I suppose.
I am sorry about your husband.
I do appreciate that. Again, I hope it's not too much trouble. And if you can't, I suppose it could just be like the god has been saying, and that it's just sickness.
Well, I mean, I don't know about anybody else here, but I'm not sure what's natural about blackened veins and eyes, but
Nor do I. I appreciate this. It feels very, at least validating to hear that others think it's strange as well. I'll leave you to this. I hope to hear from you, but I understand if not. This is such a strange request from a stranger, no less.
Thank you for coming to us.
Thank you for listening. And she turns and makes her way kind of back down the street. Saddened, but seemingly a little bit less. It looks like a weight's been taken off of her shoulders. Tez, we'll say that you've exerted enough energy. The initial high has worn off. You still have...
Right at the end of that conversation, as Lyriel's walking away, then I will have come up behind the group. I can't do it, guys. Bad news. Just can't do it.
well, I didn't think you'd be able to.
I have full faith in you.
Thank you, bro. I'll just give an exasperated look to Guy,
What, dude? I've seen you try to pick up some rocks for a campfire, man. You kind of struggle a little bit, okay?
Yeah, all right.
What was going on around here?
Yeah, go ahead.
This lady, her husband died. I guess she saw Tez and Ratalia coming in, and she just doesn't think it's natural. Everybody's been telling her he keeled over, but she thinks something else is going on. I guess his eyes went black, veins started popping out of his skin, and he just fell over.
I pulled out the notebook and wrote notes from her conversation. So,
DM, does that sound familiar at all?
Oh boy. The one person to have asked that. Give me give me a history check.
History.
Or either a history or just roll a d20 and let me know what the number is.
I mean, I rolled an 11, but my history would be a +2.
They're different things. So this was...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with just the d20. I was kind of giving this 50-50. Okay. There is a not uncommon tactic amongst the Valkyries to say poison the well, as it were, and then provide the relief as a method of building compliance.
yeah.
You don't know that that's what this is, but if it was more widespread, if this is not an isolated incident, and if lots of people are falling sick, and those that aren't receiving relief from the church and therefore the government are dying, it meets some of the key criteria.
Okay. Did she?
It could also just be a random sickness, just like they're being told.
Did she mention anything about anyone else getting sick?
She said that people had been getting sick, but nothing there's a little flu going around or a new plague, and the church was offering help.
She said there's been a few funerals lately. I
feel like there's a big difference between flu and plague. Sorry.
Flu or a plague? I don't know, something.
Look, it's one of those 50 years ago tuberculosis was a death sentence. So
oh god, just throwing the two together. It's a flu or Maybe the plague. I don't know.
You're dealing with people that like live in a world with dragons,
Oh god.
undead. Like the flu is just as deadly as the plague. And I said a plague, not the plague.
Ugh.
Now I gotta look up a definition of plague.
Yeah, bro, we walked past the funeral on the way in here.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think she was saying that was her husband's.
Oh, that one was her husband's?
Yeah, she said she saw you come over the ridge on your way into town.
Well, like,
That's why she flagged us down.
we go like check it out then, right?
Oh, I'm sure the funeral is over now if she's in town again. But you said that the church had been trying to assist in this.
They've been giving out
Sickness?
potions. Should we go check out the church and check out these potions?
So, I'd agree. Natalia, you might have some experience with dealing with some of these tactics
Y-
that,
Yes.
I think this is very much one. And I'm gonna look at Talon and say, back in the day, my family used to try and cause havoc and then provide a solution for it in order to regain power. Release a monster and then slay it.
Yeah, typical dirty government, right? That's how.
Yes. Yes. I think this might be the same case.
Should we split up or all go together?
No, I think what we should do is bring someone to the church pretending to be sick.
Yeah, dude, I'll do it.
All right.
Are you good at acting?
I mean, I'm not bad.
Show me a cough.
Hold on, I'm just warming up, dude.
How's his performance?
Let's see.
And then in almost perfect accent, starts talking like Talon.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
To the point that it's disconcerting how much like you he sounds. It is like
Portal
perfect
talent.
matching.
unless asked, please never do that again.
Yeah, all right, dude.
That sounds pretty good to me. Before we go in, I'd like to hear about some of the other people who've been getting sick and maybe find a central cause. And then maybe we can go to the church and see if we can get one of these potions. I'd like to give them a story that makes sense as to where he may have gotten sick.
Yeah, I agree. Any
Okay.
ideas where to start?
I'd say, where can we find out who's recently passed?
I don't know if it's a morgue in
Miss-
this world, but
Frost, you know, she just
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we
that's,
could ask her.
There would be in any town this size, you'd have your county coroner, or a morgue, or whatever.
Necromancer? No. Necrocomic-Con?
no, not in this city.
There is a resident mage who has set up shop just outside of town, like on the outer edge of town. If you asked her, if you guys are asking around and like trying to figure out where things are, it's one of the rumors that would pop up. Is probably about maybe a week and a half. A large tower was constructed seemingly overnight on an empty plot of land
It's very odd.
in the merchants district. Out in the bazaar.
We can even visit the local cleric or doctor even.
That's a good point. I think we check out this mage and see what they have, and then see if we can find our local doctors or clerics.
Sounds good to me.
Like before we get too far away from like the tavern, right? What's his name? Mr. Was it Blackfeather?
Blackthorn?
That's the one. Yeah, him. He had work for us too, right?
Yeah, you said we
It's
could
true.
check back on that.
Maybe we just like talk to him on the way out.
We might be able to kill two birds with one stone if they overlap.
As we walk through areas, I just want to keep an eye out for any sort of like picture of myself, maybe with some words that are asking for money.
Yeah, maybe. Actively looking for it. You know, there are several bounty boards kind of posted at major intersections. To look for one with you specifically on it, you'd have to go up to the board, and at each one there is at least one posted guard.
Gotcha. So I will not go up to them yet. Thanks. Alright, so I guess
Okay.
we'll just
So-
go back to the tavern.
All right, going to the Emerald Gates Tavern. The bartender's there, just kind of still. It's the same group of people. It is still pretty early in the day. You haven't even hit noon yet, so not a lot of people are going out drinking. Knowing now that all the people here actually work for the bartender, you realize that their glasses are all at about the same level they were. The bottles that were put on the table recently, you see are like poking out of bags. One of them still has it out, but it's unopened. They're clearly like pretending to drink and do stuff. One guy is like going through and reading a novel, and he's on the same page. His eyes are just kind of glazed over. Very much a front. He down to, right, back so soon.
Come to check in on your offer.
Right, work. Well, mining Kales. He works for me as well. But what is your skill set? I understand, breaking and entering seems to be within the bounds. You're not afraid of a bit of danger. You don't seem to be too terribly fond of authority either, given your resume, as it were.
I think we have a pretty wide variety of skills within the group, so if you have something for us, we can make use of those skills.
This lends a little bit more to a conversation of morality. If I were to tell you I needed to get something out of town without the guards finding out about it, how do you feel about that? Kind of work. We're finding the line here.
Depends on what it is you're trying to get out, and if what you're trying to get out could hurt innocent people.
Right. So, you're the hero of the people sort. Good. There's a tax collector due to come to town from Balenstead here in about 3 days' time.
Do you know their
Nah.
name?
The tax collector. Who remembers a tax collector's name? But
No reason.
he should be coming into town in about 3 days' time. Something Darkstone. I don't actually know his first name. It's all titles with the titles in red tape once you get to anybody with authority around here.
So what do you need done with this tax collector?
Ideally, he makes it to town unmolested, collects the tithing from the people. 'Cause he is here for the nobles this time around. We all paid up last month. But on his way out of town, preferably a little ways out of town, if all that gold that he just collected were to make its way back to me, to of course be reallocated amongst the people, I would be willing to part with a percentage of whatever it was.
Bro, this is like that story about the Tabaxi guy, right? That like he would go and take all the money from the rich folks. You remember that?
So yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Totally.
Super good with a bow.
Yeah.
Exactly
Dude,
like
I'm in.
that.
I'm in.
You give me that pile of gold and I will redistribute it amongst the people. You'll be heroes.
Hell
You
yeah.
said the tax collector is coming for the local nobility?
He collects a portion of the church's tithing, as well as a percentage of the wealth that's been collected over the last 2 months. That's import, export tax, sales tax, luxury tax, all those fun terms and things that we're all so just giddy to hear. He collects that to bring back to the princess on her ivory throne. Don't actually know if it's ivory. That might be too hard for a rich ass. But I just need to know if you're going to do it or not. Because I have to put together another team. I need the 3 days.
What does it look like?
He looks like a rich asshole in a black cloak, riding the carriage full of gold.
Would Ritalia know a Darkstone tax collector?
Oh, yes. You absolutely know. He's a half-elven man who's probably around 140 years old, so he's got a little salt and pepper to his mustaches. This dude is very... Darkstone, from your dealings with him, it's Auric Darkstone. A-R-I-C. Very self-important, very... He loves the bureaucracy of everything. He himself is not much of a threat. But you know that these tax shipments always travel under pretty heavy guard.
This may be difficult.
How soon do you need an answer?
Preferably by the end of the day. Again, he's getting hit one way or another. You lot seem more capable than the usual folks I'd hire out. But if I have to hire people out, I'm going to do it. And they need preparation time just as much as you would.
We'll have our answer by the end of the day.
I'll count on it.
And then I usher the group to make our way out towards the mages
Okay.
and chat while we're walking.
Okay, you are going to head your way through the bazaar. So there's going to be a number of shops and stores and things. So if there's anything you need to like pick up or buy, let me know. If it's just like normal stuff, just pay the gold cost that's listed in the DMG. If you're not sure, you can message me. But feel free to restock on any non-magical stuff that you need. We can figure out prices. If there's anything specific you'd like, let me know. But otherwise, you're walking.
Ritalia,
We're
do you
gonna do
know
it,
much?
right? Sorry.
I'm contemplating it. I think it might be a good opportunity for some of the goals that we have.
Well, I mean, I'm for it. I mean, I would definitely use the money.
I don't
But
trust that the redistribution is going to happen exactly as we expect from our
I don't either.
friend. But
And
the
Auric,
opportunity that lies there is significant.
and Auric never travels light. He's always going to have heavy guards. It's going to be difficult.
So you do know of him.
I have dealt with him. Yes.
Sure.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty confident whatever we go up against. I mean, I haven't been stopped yet, except for, being in jail. But that was different because, anyway.
We didn't get stopped, bro. We're still going.
That's true. That's true.
I
Are
mean,
we
I can
headed
be
to the
bombing.
doctor? Sorry.
the mage. The mage.
Mage.
I mean, I can be pretty sneaky. I don't know if
I
this.
bet you I can be sneakier.
Oh,
I think that's the way to go. I think we have to be sneaky. I think we can't approach this head on. I don't know. Your lightning power is pretty impressive.
I can pull that out if we need it, but I'd rather get in and out without being noticed.
Yeah, the lightning may draw attention.
I think we may play into that story of that tabaxi. Do you recall how they stole how this tabaxi stole originally from the tax collector's carriage?
Oh. Yeah, it was like something like he cut a hole in the bottom of the carriage and then just dropped it all out the bottom, and then they just went away without the gold.
Were they dressed up at all, or is it just a complete sneaky operation?
I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. They probably dressed up. That'd be the cool way to do it.
I think he had a distraction, someone pretending to be someone in need or something like that, and that.
I mean, if you're looking for someone to distract, I mean, go
That
on.
is your specialty, from what I've seen.
We have someone who can sneak under and slip it out. And we have the rest of us to keep watch on the way. Ensure that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, I think if Tez talks as high a game as he does,
I'll talk the game, bro. I'll walk the game.
Just like you
Age
walked,
old table.
lifted
of
that
Bert
horse.
Raquel.
I think it might be a great opportunity. I also think. I think there may be some more story that Talon and I need to share to really dive into how we could utilize this.
Yeah, man.
Let's
I love a good story.
talk about it after the mage.
Ooh, story time. Let's go.
Which, just a short ways away, rising 20, 30 feet over the nearby tents, which these are like well-made, like heavy-duty linen with big open fronts. There's people calling to you for rugs and spices and exotic foods and pets this entire way as you've been talking. This black and white marbled tower kind of seemingly rises out of nowhere as you're just near it. It gets way too big, way too quickly, like something approaching very quickly over the horizon. But you also can tell that it's been there the whole time. Like, it's always been there. It just comes very dramatically into your view. And you stand before the great wooden doors set in the front. A lion's head knocker of iron, a big iron loop in the center of it.
We'll walk up and knock
As you
on
go
the
to touch it, the door opens before your hands even have a chance, and the interior lights up. In the middle of the room before you, there's a red linen tablecloth covering a table with a glass ball sitting in the center of it. Behind it, a figure, cloaked, you can't see their face, saying like, "You've been expected. Come in, brave heroes, one and all."
Walk in confidently. Hello. I'm Talon.
I know who you are. I know your true self better than you ever could. Please, each of you, sit. And he waves his hands, and chairs like slide from the side, kind of arranging in a half circle before him. Sit, please. It'd be rude to our guests not to offer a seat to you.
Yeah, I'll sit down in a chair.
Is he talking to more than just us?
Oh, each and every one of you.
Okay.
Please, sit.
I sit.
Yeah. So.
You each seek answers, correct?
I mean, we all do, right? Everybody has questions.
Oh,
Yes, your mageness.
you're proving that just by asking one. You still cannot see his face, his arms, like the deep, like enveloping robes cover him. He goes, please, think of the questions. Think of the answers, what you seek. Each of you seek something different, yet many of you the same. Blood draws you together, and blood is what will separate you. I see. He begins waving his hands over the orb. I would like perception checks from anybody who's at all
Skeptical?
unsure of skeptical of this dude.
18.
18.
21.
23.
Okay.
15.
Oh, this doesn't rely on sight, huh? This is. I'm just
Yeah, well,
as far as perception.
This is partially on sight. This is so.
Okay, because I have advantage on these. So,
Okay, yeah. Give yourself advantage.
okay, 25.
Okay, anybody that got above a 20, you see the
General
wires
Grievous.
that are attached to all of the chairs. You realize that the movements of this figure are a little odd, and you see the very thin strands connecting to the ceiling. The booming voice that is echoing from all around you, you make out the little metal cones. That's where the voice is coming from. This is all. There has been no magic yet.
Is there an emerald green curtain somewhere around? Sorry.
Not specifically, but all of the wires you see where they lead, and they are all going into the ceiling above you.
Alright.
Is there any other exit or entrance to the room? Or
Uh,
included part of the room?
You got 23, right? You got
21.
above 20. There is, you make out the very fine seam of a hidden door in the bookshelf that's behind him.
Okay.
And just to make sure there's no invisible creatures or objects within 120 feet of me, right? That I can see.
Nope, nothing invisible.
Okay.
This is all wire work, and I see. And then there's sparks and again, to the ones that got below a 20, this all is very impressive. This is a powerful wizard before you. But yeah, the rest of you see the pyrotechnics going off, the smoke machines.
dude.
And, it goes, danger lies in your future. And I can tell you how to avoid it. But,
Wow.
the power, it takes so much from me. It's so costly.
Can I get some money?
Olive's not even gonna she's just gonna stand up and walk over. Wait, hold on. Okay, my question is: so he got a 21. Did I also see the?
Yeah, anybody that got above a
bookcase
20 is
lit, okay.
fully aware. Like you
Alright.
see, you see behind the metaphorical curtain here.
All right, I'm gonna. But did I see the slit in the bookcase?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You see that as well.
I'm gonna walk over to the bookcase. Just completely
Wait,
ignoring
young
it.
lady, wait! Your fortune is yet to be told. Don't open that.
And I'm just gonna
How
open
do you
it.
open a book? Oh.
It swings open.
Oh.
There's a staircase leading up, and goes, "No, that is a portal to realms unknown. Shut the door. Shut the door." And then at the top of the stairs, you hear several. You all now hear multiple sets of footsteps running, and like a door slam and things being like pushed up against it.
Oh, almighty mage, what forever is the cost of your needs?
The puppet has like slumped across the table and is not being moved anymore.
I pick it up just to be like, not again.
No,
Damn it.
you mortals tread with powers you cannot know. Be gone from this place. Echoing from
From the boxes.
from the boxes.
I'm gonna try and get into the room that they have now tried to blockade.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Okay. That's a 15.
15. Okay. You push against the door and it starts to slide back, and you hear like two other sets of footsteps run up and like crash into it and not manage to push it back, but stop your progress. Hetson cries, "Nope, don't come in. The show's over. That's if you paid for a ticket, please, we'll refund you. Just go."
This has nothing to do with the show. I have secrets for you. Being deceptive, if that
Okay.
helps.
Give me a deception check.
19.
19. What kind of secrets? What do you want?
I know what's going on with the church.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, then it's a good secret, isn't it?
Oh shit, there's more than one up the stairs. Right. You promise you're not gonna rob me?
No.
Let go of the door.
We
Come
don't
on.
need to
Gonna
rob
rob
you.
Fine. Let them in. The shuffling footsteps from the other side of the doorway start pushing stuff out of the way before it swings open. What you are greeted by is looks like a large workshop. There's pulleys and like hatches and vents. There's one and Guy, if you're still at the bottom, what you're seeing is like this magical smoke that's still pouring from around the ceiling. What the people upstairs see is a goblin that is on a large set of bellows, like going up and down, while another goblin is like pouring what is this effectively baby powder in front of it, which is just causing it to like mist out as part of the effect. He goes, "Will you stop that?" An old, grizzled like gnome. Who's sitting in front of a speaker box thing that has the metal tube that goes into the ground. He turns it to the side. "You realize if you let anyone know, you're going to ruin me."
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you're gonna ruin it. We got jobs.
Don't worry, I've seen this stunt before.
I thought the actual magical tower was a nice touch, but
Is this the same one from the capital, maybe 10 years ago? Or are you someone else?
10 years ago. Yeah, I've been. These laws are new, but goblins, I had to find good help. that doesn't run off and eat children the first chance they get, Jerry. Guy looks over his shoulder and like spits on the ground before hauling on a lever. Anybody downstairs sees the puppet like haul itself back up.
I am disturbed, and I'm like, I gotta go upstairs because I'm hearing that. I need to go upstairs.
Right. Well, if your first thought was to offer me that you know what the church is really up to, it's time for me to move. That's some bullshit I don't want to get involved in.
Well, I know that you deal in secrets, and that's how your business works.
My
So we've
business
come to gather
works.
some from you, if you'll give some for us.
My business works because people come to me because they want to know what the future has in store. Magic that is, I mean, this is not me trying to solicit payment from you, actually quite costly, difficult, sometimes painful. I don't deal in secrets so much as truths that are yet unknown. Believe it or not, this shit's actually just easier than doing the magic.
So there is some truth behind you.
If you came and saw the show 10 years ago, likely you saw actual magic. Like I said, this is easier. People don't want the actual truth. They don't want actual magic. They want fun. They want the secret. And occasionally, when they see that there's lies, they walk away thinking that they've taken something greater. They've seen behind the mystical curtain. You ever actually told someone how they're going to die? It ruins their life. Usually self-fulfilling, too. Most of the time, you can tell somebody they're going to die from over-drinking and alcoholism. Because once they know that, they can't stop drinking because they're sad. I think it's inevitable. Self-fulfilling.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Listen, we came here because we've heard that people have been getting sick in the area and wanted to know if you knew anything.
I had a few individuals that came and instead of seeking knowledge or secrets, they wanted magical potions, healing, bring back the dead. I'll dabble in necromancy, divination, prestidigitation, little illusion, evocation, only when it's necessary.
Do you have the names of those individuals by any chance?
Somewhere. That's gestures to one of the goblins. Fetch the journal. Nods and scampers away. Combing through books. That's probably going to take him a while. He can't read. I asked him to find a book. Fine. They all have pictures. You see the goblin, he's tearing a journal off the wall, flipping it open, and there's a big picture depicting just different things. And the guy shuts it, puts it back. So, anything else you want to talk about?
How did you end up all the way out here?
It's a city that's easy to travel through, and even something as, strange and mysterious as a giant tower appearing overnight just causes a few heads to turn. There was somebody 2 stalls down 3 days ago that was selling tigers, live tigers. You ever seen a tiger? Rip your head off. He was selling them to a kid. Sold one to a kid. There's a kid in town with a pet tiger, just so you're aware.
Is he still in business, or has the city kind of determined that that's not safe?
Is the tigers still for sale?
I mean, did you see him when you were walking in?
I did not.
Maybe. That's you guys were pretty caught up in your own discussions.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I keep to myself for the most part. If I need groceries, I stack 3 of them up, put a long coat on them, cover them in a robe, send them out. If you see any ungainly tall fellows with arms poking out of his stomach, it's probably 3 goblins in a trench coat.
Noted.
Well, I apologize for ruining your illusion, but we needed a few answers.
Look, I'm willing to make a trade. If you promise 2 things to me, I could perform an actual reading for you.
What are those 2 things?
Could you promise not to tell anybody that the actual show is bullshit? And not mention that I do actually have magic. Don't tell them the truth behind what you've seen here.
Done and done.
Second, tell them that the show is great and is super real, and send people my way.
Tell him you want us to say that precisely those way. It is great and super real.
Give them the context of it.
Okay.
The point is, don't tell them the real part, that there is real magic, because then they won't leave me alone. Tell them about the fake magic.
The fake magic is super real.
Look, you seem bright, kid. Send people to the show.
We've got it. You can count on that.
We'll be the best kind of advertisement that we can be.
Excellent. In that case, you two, bring the table. 2 of the goblins walk over to a table that's been like tipped on its side and pushed against the wall. They lift it up, bring it around in front of him. Another one comes behind his chair and wheels it forward until he's at it. And he holds out a hand, and a 4th goblin brings and places a small leather packet in his hands. Right. Do you want just a reading for one of you? Or you as a group? What are we doing?
Can you like just do like a little bit for somebody? Like, I don't know if like he needs a full reading, but a guy you want to know if you're gonna find your brother or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Would you be willing to do 1 question from each of us?
I could. Be aware. This magic is... It's up to interpretation. It is true magic. But what you do with it is how you interpret and internalize it. Sometimes it's more of a curse than a blessing. Who's first? Been a while.
Go ahead, guy.
Good, all right. Sup, dude? Name's Guy, dude.
Sup, dude? Your name is Guy Dude.
I mean, it's not dude. It's dude. Yeah.
Fine, continue on.
All right.
I should have seen that coming.
So.
Little divination joke for you.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I guess my question is, am I ever gonna find my brother, and if so, where?
Interesting question. He clearly, to all of you, looks from Guy to Tez to Guy. You're sure that's the question you want to ask?
Yeah.
Bro, he's been looking for his brother for like a long time.
And he has opened up the leather pouch and has pulled out a deck of cards that seem oversized in his tiny hands. David, I just need you to let me know when to stop.
And
I'm gonna jab him in the rib.
Okay, right there.
Right. And he flips over a card, and it shows a sun rising over the horizon, or setting. And he just like takes a deep breath and looks between the two of you again. It's all right. Let me just look at this real quick. This usually represents beginnings and endings. It makes sense if you seek your brother. Someone that was there at the beginning. But someone that will be there at the end. Whatever that end may be. This signifies something to come. And something to end. Do with that what you will. I told you. It's vague, man.
What? Yeah. All right. Okay. Sure. The fuck, dude? I think his magic's broken, man.
I don't even know, man.
Magic's not broken, it's your head. Fix it. Who's next?
Tez?
No, man, go ahead. I can wait.
Ratalia?
Oh, visibly uncomfortable with all of this. She seems very pressured to go. So she's,
If you're not ready, that's fine.
No. I can do this. Will I be able to accomplish the goal I set out to from the capital?
Tell me when. He's shuffling the cards again. And as he's shuffling, I'll realize he's holding his hands like in that position where he would be shuffling, but the cards are just shuffling themselves under the hands. Like he's moving a little bit, almost to kind of disguise the fact that he's not doing anything.
She holds her ring, spins it twice, and says, "Now."
The card he flips over is the throne. A throne that sits empty. Is a seat waiting to be filled. The throne can symbolize many things, whether it be an actual throne or simply a place of importance. Whatever your task is, I see it puts great weight on you. But whatever decision you make will carry great weight as well. And I feel carry tremendous impact.
I see.
I don't know how good an answer for you an empty throne might be. But the gods don't lie. Next! Don't rush for it all at once now.
I can go and I'll say you can stay in the room or not. Can we all trust each other?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's my
Yeah,
question.
probably. One of the goblins from the, who's just standing next to you.
Sorry, that was my question.
Trust. Tell me when. And the cards, he's kind of given up the semblance of pretending, and the cards are just shuffling themselves in front of him.
No.
He waves his hands over the cards. They stop. The image on the card is a key.
Don't like this music shift.
Trust is a difficult thing. And quite nebulous, even when considering that we're talking about the future. Importance and divination. I think it's quite a common metaphor that trust is the key to any relationship. But this key is one that I think once turned, you cannot close again. I have difficulty answering a question like, can we trust each other? Because I'm sure for many reasons you cannot, but if you want whatever this is to work, trust is key.
Thank you.
The two of you left. Young lady, you seem to have something weigh on you.
What you say about trust makes my question more difficult to share. Will I be able to face my mother?
He looks you over. Your mother. Sounds like a difficult relationship. Tell me when.
When?
And the cards, like similarly, he's not pretending to shuffle them anymore. But on this one, the cards begin shuffling furiously, whipping back and forth like almost a vortex of cards and paper and all these images shifting. And at the end, 3 cards flip. Something that hadn't happened yet. The first one, the moon. The second card, the void. The third, where'd it go? Is the star. The way they land is a little different as well, where the moon and the star are superimposed over the void. This is interesting. Something I have not seen before. 2 great beings of the celestial superimposed over the blackest night. I don't know how much work you've done in astrology. The moon and the star both light the night sky, but one simply reflects light back, and the other one sears with burning fire. One cannot provide light without the other. And the other burns so bright that it is blinding to look at. And battling across a void, I know not if you are the star or the moon. I know not what to read of this. The cards tell what the cards will tell. I'm but a messenger.
I think I understand.
If you want to tell me, feel free, because I've never seen 3 cards come out at once before. One hell of a question, young lady.
Well, the star and the moon represent me and my mother. Seems very clear to me.
Indeed.
We are fighting over a void.
The void is a terrible omen of a card usually when drawn. Does this fill you with fear, hope, confidence?
Security.
Good.
An assurance that I am on the right path. Regardless of whether I'm the moon or the star.
Right, one left. What's your question?
That's me. Okay, so like when I was just like a little turtle, right? Me and my brothers would hang out on Lake Quelvin, which was named after my little brother, and we had like this big rock in the middle of the lake, and like we would sunbathe, and that's like my favorite place to be ever. And I just want to know, am I gonna ever get to go back to Lake Quelvin again?
Simple, pure question. The cards are shuffling themselves. Tell me when.
Wait for it. Wait. Wait for it. Now.
The card that is flipped over is one of ancient ruins under a black sky. Ooh, the ruins card is not as terrible as one might think. Ruins are usually the thing left standing after some terrible event or time has gone by. Lake Quelvin could be not ruin, but the remnants. It's what remains of your childhood. Something you could go back to, but its meaning could change. It could be different than what you grew up with.
Already different, bro.
I hope that answers, at least in part. All right, get out.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Who should we tell everybody to come see?
The magnificent Lyran Fireheart, mage of legend, magus extraordinaire, sorcerer supreme.
You can you
Soothsayer
like write
and
that
fortune
down?
teller.
I'm not gonna remember all that.
I'm sure the mage in the tower is fine.
Yeah, tell him the big magic rock in the middle of the bazaar.
Sure thing, bro.
And the fake is super real. Fake magic is super.
Retalia,
I wrote
Don't let
down-
her talk.
Retalia, we'll get it. We got it.
Oh,
Retalia, was it, yeah? Do you want to pick a card?
I already did, but yes.
No. Reach out and take one.
Okay.
As many as you'd like. Do you want one?
Yes.
All right. How many do you draw?
3.
Oh, yeah.
This one.
Goodbye, world.
Yeah. What's campaign 4 gonna look like, Andrew?
Where'd it go?
Can't wait to see how you explain out of this one.
He flips over a card, and it shows 3 women, one facing directly on, one facing away, and one facing to the side. It is the Fates. He goes, excellent. And as you flip it over, the card disappears. And you feel I will send it, but you feel and innately understand something that takes effect. Ritalia, what is one event that comes to mind that you wish never had happened?
Do I need to say it or do I need to?
You need to tell me for sure. You can message it to me right now.
Okay.
But as this magic takes effect, a moment springs to mind. It could be about you, it could be anything. One thing that you get to make never have happened.
Okay. All right. I wish that that my father hadn't killed my mother.
Okay. The second card. Where is it?
Some butterfly effect shit, man.
Yeah. Shit.
What is this one? I'm not seeing it on the list. Okay. Oh, there we are. The Uriel. The visage, as the card flips over and you look at it, the eyes of the Medusa on the card flash and you feel energy wash over you. You are cursed. While you are cursed like this, you have a -2 to all of your saving throws.
Fuck.
Ouch.
The final card that you flip over. It is a leather-clad figure with a robe holding a knife. Crouched in shadows. The card disappears, and you have no idea. There's no apparent magical effect. You don't know what this card does.
Oh no.
Right. Try telling him the magic's not real now.
I mean, nothing happened. The cards just disappeared.
Let's go.
Wait, and were we supposed to tell them that there's no real magic here, right?
Nope. There's plenty of great magic, and it's awesome. Let's go.
You want to pick a card, kid?
Skedaddle.
Okay.
All right, dude.
What just happened?
As we leave, I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him a platinum.
Okay. You guys leave the tower. There is indeed a few stalls down a man selling tigers. They're about 100 platinum each.
Jesus.
It's a tiger.
How did kid get a hold of 100 platinum?
I bet you he's one of those noble families.
Yeah. About what time of the day is it now?
You're probably like mid-afternoon. You've been moving pretty quick.
To the doctor?
Should we go? Doctor? Okay.
It's
Okay.
fine with the clerks.
And I think if you guys are cool, this is a good point, I think, to wrap up. It's been about 2 hours. We're I think it's a good stopping point. Yeah, cut yourself cursed. You and I have to sit down and figure out what it means to your character if your mom's alive.
Or at least not killed by her father.
Yeah. At least not killed by her father.
Maybe it's the other way around now.
Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time on Easy Dispel. We're playing games on Thursday. We're back with D&D on Sundays. Maybe some surprise streams. We've been doing that every now and then recently. But we love you all. Have a great night. We'll see you next time on Easy Dispel. Bye.